Hello and welcome to today's energy alchemy class, Sacral Flow. This class is going to be all about connecting with our sacral center, feeling the water that lives at home there, and feeling the center's capacity as we tap into it to elicit flow within our bodies and within our lives. It's going to be a beautiful adventure, and I so look forward to sharing this class with you. Thank you for being here. Let's get started right away by checking in with ourselves, feeling how we are in our hearts today. We live in a super fast-paced, crazy society that's just go, 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 here, there, everywhere. And so often we forget to actually get present with ourselves and actually tend to ourselves in the capacity of even knowing how we're truly feeling. We put on masks to present to the world in a certain way. So let's take a moment to just tap into how our hearts are feeling in this moment. Go ahead and close your eyes. Allow yourself to come into your breath. Breathing in fully to the belly, and then allowing yourself to sigh out on the exhale. Just doing a few breaths in this way to bring yourself into presence, feeling your attention and awareness dropping with each breath until it resides in your heart space at the center of your chest. And just coming into awareness. What is alive within your heart in this moment? Maybe you're feeling joy. Maybe you're feeling anger. I'm feeling a little bit angry right now. I've got some anger alive in my heart. Maybe you're feeling depression, sad, shut off. Maybe you're feeling tired, tender. What feels alive here? Just giving a name to the sensation that's alive in your heart. Seeing yourself at this starting point of our journey. And when you found that, we are going to drop into a sacral breath, a breath that I feel really elicits some sacral energy. So what we're going to do for this breath, here I'm going to sit sideways so you can see what I mean, just so I can show you. So seated, feet flat on the floor, what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in and go forward. So we're kind of dipping down and bringing the chest up. So we're moving the body. We're going to be moving the body in circles like this. So we're going to be going. So that's the way that we're going to be moving as we do this breath. And we're going to be breathing in through both the nose and the mouth on the inhale. So it's kind of like just breathing in fully and then making a sound with the exhale. All right, my cat is very active right now. She's like in nighttime mode doing all sorts of things. So apologies if that's annoying to anybody. So we're going to be breathing in. And we're going to do 3 rounds of 30 breaths. And at the end of each round of breathing, we're going to breathe in fully, exhale completely, and we're going to sit in that emptiness for a few moments and just feel that sensation of sitting in emptiness. And then we're going to fill up and feel that sensation of sitting in fullness. So maybe kind of confusing, a lot of moving parts here, but stick with me and I will guide you through it. So beginning our first round, feet firmly planted on the floor, taking a deep breath to prepare. And here we go. Breathing in fully. Exhaling entirely, emptying all the way out. Holding on empty. Allowing yourself to feel what it feels like to sit at empty. Is there tension here? Fear? Peace? Just notice what's alive. Holding as long as you can, and when you can't hold any longer, fully breathing in, holding in that fullness now and seeing what's alive there. Is it easier or more difficult to hold in fullness for you in this moment? Just feeling the sensation, holding. And when you're ready, exhaling, getting ready to move into a second round of this breath. And remember, we're in the sacral chakra here. This is the center of our life force. This is the center of our creativity. This is the center of our sexuality. So our life force energy is our sexual energy, right? There's no separation between the two. And in our culture, there's this like disdain of sexuality, this complete glamorization of it. And at the same time, this like, you know, like it's taboo at the same time. And ultimately, as we come to do these practices, it's this reclamation of our own sexual energy as sacred, as literally the life force that fuels us. And so as we're doing this breath, it can be sort of like a breath that turns you on. You're making sort of that like sound, and you're breathing in and you're moving your body in this wave. So if it feels good, allow it to feel good. I'm the only one who's doing it on screen. Nobody's watching you do it. So totally let yourself have the experience that feels alive for you to have here. Like use your voice, let yourself sigh it out, and take a deep breath in. Fully exhale as we prepare to jump into round 2. Going a little faster this time. Breathing in fully, exhaling completely, holding once more at empty. Holding for as long as your body will allow you to hold the breath out. And when you're ready, bringing that full inhale and holding at full. As you feel these sensations in your body, really becoming aware of what a gift the breath is, that we can change literally the physiology of our bodies as we breathe, as we bring an awareness to the breath. And when you're ready, you can exhale that fullness, exhale that fullness. And we're going to jump right into our third and final round here, breathing in fully, exhaling as we begin. Breathing in fully. Exhaling completely and holding on empty. Holding a little longer until you can't hold any more, and then breathing fully in and holding. Exhaling when you're ready. And with that, beloved, we have arrived. You should feel that energy flowing through your body from that breath. Feel some more aliveness and awakeness starting to course through you. And we're going to stand up and jump into our chi massage, this wonderful practice for moving our energy through our meridians. Apologies for that terrible light on my ceiling. My lighting is terrible in this house at nighttime. So here we go. All right, so standing with your feet firmly rooted in the ground, taking your arms around, wrapping your hands overhead and pulling them down, rubbing your hands together, starting to activate all of the meridian points in your hands. I'm going to do that twice more. Once more. And we're in our sacral chakra, so feel free to move around, flow around a little while we're doing this. And we're going to just start bringing a massage into our heads, our scalps, massaging throughout your entire scalp, allowing yourself to tap and rub and just start waking everything up inside of your head. Moving down into your face, moving through your whole face, tapping here as well. Breaking up stuck energy, allowing yourself to come into even more of this flow that we're activating here. Moving into your ears, rubbing all throughout your ears, into your throat, your neck, your shoulders. Bringing this tapping into your chest, side, back. Coming into your back and tapping down. Then placing your hands and giving a little love to your kidneys. And just sort of rubbing them down, flicking the energy out. Take your hands down to your womb, your sacral center area, and start to pull that energy up. You can rub around in circles. I'm not going to do that today. It's not aligned for women at certain phases of the menstrual cycle. If you're menstruating currently, don't rub around your breasts in that fashion. Otherwise, go for it. And bringing into a rub within the heart space and the high heart. Say rubbing for 3 minutes a day at your thymus does wonders for activating your immune system function. So it's a great practice to come in and rub your thymus daily. I like to do it while I'm driving. And allowing yourself to begin to pull that energy down and around, swirling down the top of the arm, up the bottom. Just going to do that a few times, remembering to breathe. The breath is so essential while we're doing this. Pulling across to your other arm, down and up. Just allowing it to feel good, like you're giving yourself some love and nurturing that you so deeply deserve just for existing. And we're going to come, here's my ribs, so this is the spot right in between where your ribs meet. And we'll start rubbing in with fingertips here to that spot. Making sure you're holding that root even if you're in a little flow. This spot can be a little finicky. You might start feeling like a little bit of pain or like acidic feeling here. That's okay. Things are being released. Starting to move to the left side and down. We're moving our fingertips now. The path of our intestines, moving things inside, across, back up to the starting point, and then down to the belly button. Giving all of our organs here a little massage. Moving things back into place and just letting your insides know, I love you, I love you. Moving through your back, doing the same. Coming into those cupped hands and starting to tap down the fronts of your legs, up the backs of your legs. Doing that a couple times. Starting to wake things up on the lower half of your body. And we're going to do like we do with the arms. We're going to sweep down and around. Down and around. Coming up and moving through the butt and the groin. Getting all of the parts of our body some love here. Every inch of you is sacred. Coming around into the other leg and offering that love. Really just feeling this as this gift you offer to your body. A chance to presence. And coming in and lifting. I like to just stand in this sort of like balance position as I rub one foot and then the other. If that's difficult for you, you can sit for this, but it's good to practice your balance and get some balance skills growing here as well. So just giving yourself a little foot rub. Love, getting every little piece of your foot covered in some love. When you're ready, switching to your second foot, getting all of the little love into your second foot. All right. And what we're going to do now, just come back to that little hand rub. What we're imagining is like this energy of love that lives within our hearts, flows through into our hands, activating our chakras in our hands, our meridians in our hands. And we're going to bring them one to the front, one to the back, to our sacral center, so below our belly buttons. Just feel yourself coming into that connection. Feel the love that you're offering yourself through this gesture with your hands. Coming back in when you need to and creating a little bit more energy. And going back to that position, one hand on the front, one hand on the back. Soaking your sacral in your love, tenderness, and awareness, presence. Maybe coming into one more rub and then giving yourself that little final blessing here. If it feels good, you can move around a little bit while you're doing it. And we're going to move into a little beautiful Dantian flow. So the Dantian is this point that is at the sacral center, and it's the collection point of energy. So if you did the first root class, we pulled that energy up through into the Dantian. So what we're going to be doing now is really just doing some activating for this center. So we're going to do a couple of rounds of breaths, so you can see my face, and maybe. But what we're going to do is we're going to be breathing deeply into this center, this sacral center, and we're going to allow the breath to fill as we use our hands to be like a guide for where the energy is flowing. So for the first one, feet firmly rooted in that flat foot stance again, four corners of the feet on the ground. We're going to breathe fully in and imagine a balloon inflating in that center as your hands move to the side, and then back in. Feeling that balloon filling out both sides, opening up to the side. And then we're going to keep breathing here, but we're going to imagine the balloon pulling forward now. Really bringing some activation to this center. You might feel things starting to come awake. That is wonderful. Feel tingling, heat, movement. One more like this. And now we're going to bring it behind. Imagine that balloon filling out to the back. And then closing down again. Couple more. Your hands really just guiding the energy. Okay, and we're going to do one more Qigong exercise here. We're going to start again with our feet rooted, hands at the hips, at the waist, somewhere in there. And what we're going to do is when we breathe in, we're going to push. We'll start with the right hand, push out as we turn to the left. And then as we exhale, we'll pull back in. And then same thing, push the left hand out as you gently turn to the right and pull back. Letting it be gentle. Just really feeling the way that you're like moving through water as you do this. The element of the sacral chakra is water. Emotions are often stored here. Sometimes as you do these practices, you might start to feel some emotions coming up. If that's the case, highly encourage you to allow them to flow. Stuck emotions dam up our systems. And when we give ourselves the blessing of actually feeling what's there, we start to shift the energy. So things can move once more. So if tears want to flow, flow. If you're angry and you have some rage coming up, express it in a safe way. Punch a pillow. You know, allow it. All right. So we're coming into the end of that, and what I would like for us to do now is really come into a beautiful little water dance with ourselves. So again, let's start with that rooting. Let's get our feet rooted into the floor. Start to feel that little bounce as your energy connects down, your root opens up, and we start to have that feeling of being grounded into the earth. The roots energy, the roots element rather, is earth. So we connect to the earth, and then that energy starts to rise, and we start to come into more of a flow. So inviting you here into this dance of energy that is located in your hips, allowing your hips to sway from side to side. And I really love when I'm doing this to use my arms as well, but I don't have them up here, right? My arms are staying down here at this level of the sacral chakra. And there's no way this should look. This isn't a way that you move often. Might feel a little like clickety clackety, but just like allowing yourself to move through that and start to come into this feeling of moving like water, like a wave ebbing and flowing from the shore. Allow yourself to really just move like water. Allow it to be sensual. Allow it to feel good. That's what I want to say. Allow it to feel opening. If there's a way that feels like, oh, like I'm feeling opening when I move like this, then explore that. Explore what it means to bring opening. How can you open the backside of this chakra? Where are we going to like, maybe there's like some tightness, closed offness you feel back there. Just playing with how you can get more energy moving. Whew. Remembering to breathe. Let's just play with this for another minute or two. Just feeling yourself as water. Feeling the flow within you. Whew. And then we're going to slowly bring this flow downward, down to the floor, to do just a little cat-cow. So bringing yourself down, planting your knees hip distance apart, planting your hands shoulder distance apart, and allowing yourself to inhale, lifting the booty, arching the back, lifting the chest, and then exhale, rounding through the back as you draw your head in, inhaling to open, exhaling to round, open, round, open, round, and then allowing yourself to veer off the railroad tracks a bit, allowing yourself to just play with bringing that watery movement into the cat-cow. So we're still kind of moving through that up and down and breathing, but doing so in a way that we're letting the water element move through our beings. And slowing down that movement, coming into a seated position as you're ready. You can sit on the floor, or you can sit on a surface, whatever is best for you. I'm going to sit on this chair just for ease of making this video. Yes, but we're going to move into a meditative space. And to start that, we're going to bring in a chant. So the chant that correlates with the sacral center and the second dimension is ooh, ooh. And we're going to do this chant together for 12 rounds to really activate this energy before we dive into a short guided meditation of connecting with and communicating with our sacral centers. So allowing yourself to close your eyes, and let's just take a few deep breaths together before we chant. When you're ready, breathing in. We want this to be deep and low. You can feel it vibrating in that center as you chant. Last one. And allowing yourself to continue sitting, eyes closed, bringing your awareness down into that sacral center, which is likely feeling quite activated in this moment from doing the watery flow and chanting, feeling that vibration of the chant, making subtle openings in the center, and allowing yourself to drop down. Can be helpful to imagine there's an anchor in your brain, and you drop anchor and it falls through your center line and lands right in this sacral center. Your awareness anchoring with it. And allowing yourself to get curious with the breath right away. What am I feeling here? There might be pain here. It might feel really hot or agitated or activated. You might feel tingling. You might feel like a clarity of energy. Just come into an awareness of whatever it is you're feeling here. No judgment, just allowing whatever's alive within your sacral center. And I am a huge proponent of parts work and getting to know your inner parts. I love the work of internal family systems, and I love applying that to speaking to my organs and my other parts as well. And so we're going to drop into a conversation with our sacral chakra, remembering that all of us is consciousness, different levels of consciousness. So while a part may not communicate in the way that we communicate human to human, there is a communication available, whether that be through imagery or sound or feeling, or you may hear words, you may just have an inner knowing about things. So trusting whatever arises as we do this work of connecting in words. So beginning by just offering a hello. Hello, sacral center. Hello, cauldron of life force. It's me. Thank you for being willing to receive me in this moment. It is an honor and a privilege to get to connect with you. Allowing yourself to feel how that lands. If you feel received here, maybe you feel blocked out here, you haven't connected with yourself ever in this way, and you feel like there's like maybe some resentment coming up from this part about that. Whatever you feel is exactly beautifully perfect for you in this moment. And allowing yourself to just come into a communication with your sacral center, asking your sacral center, where are you at right now? What do you need to feel more aligned? And trusting whatever comes through. Allowing yourself to spend a few minutes here in conversation. I know it might feel foreign for many of you to be in conversation with your inner parts. That said, there's so much wisdom that can arise through connecting this way and actually listening to the voice of our body, learning to communicate as our bodies communicate. So what is your sacral center feeling? And what would this center like to be feeling? Are the two energies similar, or is there a pretty big distance between the feeling tone that's present here now and the desired feeling tone in this space? Looking at that with no judgment, just receiving it into your awareness as something that you can begin to integrate through spending time with this center, through honoring and nurturing your inner world. Maybe your sacral has ideas to offer to you about how more of that desired feeling tone could be accessed within your body. Maybe you're going to be invited into a daily water flow or a self-pleasure practice or a womb massage or any multitude of things. So just trust what comes up here. Maybe it's just placing your hand at the center daily and saying, I love you. I'm really feeling it and meaning it. I love you. Thank you. And then just breathing, receiving. You can ask the center, what would make me feel more alive? How could I feel more alive in this life that I'm living? More tuned, more awake, more energized, more in flow. What ideas do you have for me? And just receive what's there. And what's there might be subtle, especially if this is brand new to you to communicate in this way. Just taking it in. It might not be what you expect. For me, what I'm seeing is this image of a woman with like uh, like wings, it looks like, but like dancing with these like wing-like scarf. You know, that being something that my sacral center is saying, hey, this type of movement is enlivening to this body. Please, let's have that. Let's do that. And then trusting that, trusting what you receive and actually doing it. That's the most important part, right? Is actually implementing what's received, actually showing up for what's offered by our parts when they speak to us. It can be helpful when we culminate our experience in a few minutes here to get out your journal and just write down what was received, because we have it in the moment, and then like a dream, when you wake up, it goes away. So writing it down and making a plan to honor the wisdom offered through your sacral center by showing up and doing what is asked and requested of you. So spending just another moment in communication, whatever you desire to communicate, whether that's just offering love, maybe your hands are held upon your sacral center, pulling the breath. And we're all just going to come into this ending of our practice by taking some breaths all the way down into that sacral center, allowing her to flower open and close with every breath. And my feeling is that there's more to be received for many here. And so I'm actually going to close this practice here with the invitation for you to continue to sit in this manner and receive and breathe and really come into an awareness of what is wanting to be communicated here. And then also this invitation to write that down. Of course, if you've got to move on with your day, go ahead and do so. But if you are in a space where you have room to sit here a while longer and really presence that, I'm inviting you to do so. So sending love to all of you. I'm going to draw this practice to a close with the invitation for you to continue to sit in it for as long as it feels good, and allow yourself to come out in your own timing. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm sending you all the love. Thank you.